Welcome back. Um, Recently, a few different companies been have been criticized for their how their products are being produced and by who and what conditions they are in and what they're being paid. Like previously, it was Nike, Coca-Cola, and Apple, and there's been other companies. Recently, there's one in Boohoo and their factories in Pakistan. In the Guardian, it says the fast fashion brand Boohoo is selling clothes made by Pakistani factory workers who say they face appalling conditions and earn as little as 29p an hour. An investigation by the Guardian has found. In interviews in the industrial city of Faisalabad, workers at two factories claimed they were paid 10,000 Pakistani rupees, which is around £47 a month, well below the legal monthly minimum wage for unskilled labor of 17,500 Pakistani rupees, while making clothes to be sold by Boohoo. Documentary video and photographic evidence also appears to support claims of potential safety issues, including motorbikes being parked indoors next to flammable materials. In the rush to produce clothes for the Western market, insiders claimed workers would sometimes do 24-hour shifts. One of the more than dozen workers interviewed said, I know we are exploited and paid less than legal minimum wage, but we can't do anything. If I leave, another person will take my job. He will be if I leave the job if I leave the job, another person will be ready to replace me. After the Guardian approached Woohoo about the findings, the company suspended a supplier, JD Fashions Ltd, and the factory, AH Fashion, for its supply chain while it investigated the claims. That was from the Guardian, and like I've said in previous ones about other companies, but while this one highlights Boohoo and their production and their workers in Pakistan, this will probably be the title. Pakistan will probably be mentioned in the title, but I want to highlight that a lot of these companies they've been finding out how the conditions and the pay of their workers. So now I think there needs to be laws and infrastructure in place to make sure that people can actually trace and find out who's supplying them and who the workers are and what the conditions are and what they're being paid, instead of finding out later when a lot of damage has been done, and then um um cutting ties with those suppliers. If they find out from the beginning, then they can find trustworthy um, suppliers where their and recruiters where their factory is, the conditions are good, the pays at least the minimum wage for that country, and the conditions and the working hours and everything is good. If they find that from the beginning, then that can stop a lot of this happening. And like one of the persons said in the interview, like they know that they're being paid less than they're supposed to and the conditions aren't the best, but they need the money, and if they leave, then someone else will come and take their place. And that's another thing. People are desperate, so they'll take it because no, that money's better than no money. And even in the UK, in Leicester, it was during the lockdown. It's found out that a factory was the conditions weren't good and they were being paid well below the minimum wage. So I think there needs to be infrastructure in place. So right from the beginning, you know who's uh, producing your products and what conditions they are in and what they're being paid. So later on, you don't have to sort the problems out. And there needs to be and those the owners and the bosses of those factories need to be investigated, fined, shut down, or replaced with more professional and law-abiding bosses where those people are being paid what it's supposed to be instead of what they're being paid now. And this as a whole, Pakistan was used in this example, and so would Leicester. But you can see all over the world it's happening. People are just accepting it because they need the money, but we need to do better. And these are just a few examples. There's probably thousands of more examples out there. There's many of companies that don't know where the workers. They just it's just a chain. So you know that this person will make my clothes. This person will ship my clothes. This person will distribute my clothes. This person will bring the clothes into the store. This person will sell the clothes, and this person will deliver the clothes to the customer's house. These are just steps. You can't. You don't. That's what I feel anyway. They're just steps in a chain until you sell that product and the customer gets it and you get the profits. Whereas I think they need to go over those steps, and each step they need to find out who's doing it, what they're doing, how they're doing it, in what conditions, what they're being paid. So if you look at who's making my clothes, what they're being paid, how are they working, in what conditions, then you look at who's shipping it over, how much are they being paid, what conditions are they living in or working in. Then you look at who's bringing it into my store. You repeat that all the way till the person who delivers it to the customer. So if you do that, then all of this can stop. This is a world problem, but it does tend to happen in developing or third world countries, and we benefit, and those people don't, and that's not acceptable. I'd rather not benefit if it's going to be through that type of means. And I just wanted to quickly speak because I saw something today, and I just thought I'd speak.